But why multifamily as an investment vehicle, and what type of life has it provided you?
Yeah, well, why multifamily? Because I can't find a lower risk asset that can generate the kind of returns that we're able to generate. What kind of life? I mean, it has, I think I told you early on, I mean, it allowed me to put my kids through school. It's allowed me to, I mean, I don't have to work. I could be done tomorrow. I could, because I've made enough money in this business. But I love it. I enjoy doing it. And so it's given me the life that I want for me and my family. I was able to go to all my kids' baseball and basketball and all that stuff because I had that flexibility.
Love it. All right. What is a common mistake you see? It could be, younger in the term of early in their career operators make.
Yeah. Well, if we talk about guys that are trying to get into this business and buy real estate, it's FOMO. You know what FOMO is? Fear of missing out. Right. So they just, all their friends, oh, I closed on this, they closed on that. They're part of this club and that club. And they're like, Jesus, man, I got to get a deal. I got to get a deal. I got to get a deal. And they lower their standards and they buy stuff they shouldn't buy. That's the number one thing. The second thing, I know you asked for one, but the second thing that they don't do is they don't want to roll up their sleeves and do the hard work to figure out what the numbers really are. It's a lot of work, right? It's a business with a lot of moving parts, and you really got to dive in. And I see a lot of people just try to play up here, just try to pretend like it's a high level game. But man, there's so many details that you got to nail down. So I know you asked for one, but there's two.
No, I appreciate it. Those are both great. And yeah, the FOMO can get people. And I always hit on that. Don't let it, like you hear people say, I got this many doors, this many units, but you don't know behind the curtain that they could own 0.5% of
yes,
those
they do
units.
that all the time. That's
and you just don't know, and don't let that discourage you or make you make a stupid mistake or decision just to go post on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram that you close another one. So no, I appreciate that. All right, Ken, second to last one here. What is a resource that you always recommend for someone in this business? It could be both an active investor or an LP too.
So in terms of resource, if you're an LP, I want you to find a way to vet people's track record. I like Verivest, but they're not actively taking new customers. But if you find an investment firm that has their track record that's been vetted by them, that's a number one resource. If you're getting into this business, you're going to laugh, but you got to learn. You got so much to learn. So there's a number of people out there that teach what we do. We're starting to get into that a little bit because we just find so many people are trying to get into this business and they don't understand. So it's any of the training sites out there. You got to learn as much as you can. Go to as many masterminds and meetups and all that stuff. I mean, you're just going to learn nonstop from every single one of them. Just immerse yourself in it, because I guarantee you the resources and this podcast, for example, the resources that are available today are a billion times more than what I had back in 1996, 97 when I started out. I mean, there was nothing. I went to the local apartment association meetings. That was my source of information. Yeah. And man, did it suck. I mean, it was boring. They were awesome, but it was just not any fun.
Right. Oh, it's crazy now what the information we can get through just with the tip of our fingers. Right before you had to go to a bookstore or a meetup, and now you can just go on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. It's all there. So
you can even go to our YouTube channel. We're putting out content constantly. That's not just entertainment. It's real, real stuff that you need to know in this business. So a lot of different places.
I'll check that out. All right. Last question here, Ken. Since I mentioned this is also personal finance, every Friday we do Finance Fridays. So if you had a time machine, this old question that everyone asks, if you had a time machine, go back in time and talk to your younger self, what is one piece of financial advice that you'd give to your younger self?
Yeah, think about money very, very differently. What I do now, I wish I would have done then, and that is that $500,000 that I made, right? I mean, I probably spent some of it, but what I really needed to do was take that $500,000 and use every penny of it to generate even more money with that, right? I didn't think about money that way. I thought about as, look at this, all this money I have in my bank account. Look, now we can go on a fancy vacation. We can do this, we can do that. I can use it for living expenses. I just didn't. Now I would have said, wait a minute, that $500,000, if I do this right, I can turn it into 5 million. What do I need to do that, and use that money as a vehicle to get somewhere? I just never thought of money that way, and I do now. And that's why, our progress is exponential now.
That's awesome. I love that answer. I don't think anyone's actually said that yet.
Oh, good.
Yet. So I like that. I like that a lot. And that goes a long way. And that's what I try to impart too, is just, live the life now that most people won't, so you can live the life in the future that most people can't. And that involves, putting that money away and not, maybe rewarding yourself to the extent that you would like now, but so you can kind of with no limits later on. Right.
Yeah. You got to give yourself a little award, because you just do.
You got to taste it a little, right?
But use money to use money to achieve that goal.
Yeah.
And that's to figure out how to make it grow. And if you like the content that we've shared here, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell. So thank you again, and have a wonderful day.